Hey everybody, welcome back to the shed. Sorry about the mess I got going on here, but I generally try to clean the shed up a little bit before I make a video, but oh, I was lazy. What I wanted to show you was something that I ran into yesterday, but I don't know if you guys will have the same problem or whatever. But what the problem I came in was, you got formers for the fuselage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You got to remove this material so you can put your wheel well together with 1/16 inch plywood they want you to use for your wheel well. Then you'll cut here, and you'll cut right below or right in front of where you glue F7, and you'll remove all that, obviously, so your wheel could go up and down through the plane. The plans say to scribe this and then remove it. All right, well, I should have cut all the way through that. Just leaving a little bit, maybe here, here, here. I just marked it with basically a knife. I wasn't really thinking how I was going to be able to get to that. I finally did get to it. You can still see I still have a little piece I got to take out of F3. But it was a pain. It took me like 2 hours to try to get all that crap dug out of there. See there, basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to get the, I don't know if you could see it on that one or not. Right there. See where I'm cutting down, and you'll cut down right to where you put the 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch square balsa sticks to hold it all together, and then you'll make a wall out of 1/16 inch ply. The other thing I've noticed too is, I don't know if it's just me or it's the first time I've ever used these type of retracts, or basically any retracts at all. But my retracts, they want you to put F7 in, and you'll have a little angle, and you will mount your retracts to F7. Well, my retracts mount from underneath. You can see the mounting is, it's kind of hard to see in that, but you can see the mounting plate underneath it. The mounting plate for the retract should have been here, and then I could have mounted it. So I'm going to have to come up with some type of block deal, make a block around my retract here so I could glue it or fix it, or obviously epoxy it. Then I'm going to have to beef up the front of F6 right here so I can have some place to attach it, because some of my landings, that nose gear is going to take a beating. But I don't know if you can buy retracts that have the mounting plate on the front, if they're different or what. But that's the way my kit came, with 3 of them just like that. The other problem is that the plans call for, from the center point to the center of the wheel is 120 millimeters. I thought it was small. I know these planes sit low to the ground. I run on grass, and I wanted a little bit more height, so I was able to do some measuring. I could get 140 in there without doing too much moving of F7, which is going to put my wheel back. I have to move it back about 1/8 of an inch so I can get everything in there. The wheel, the strut, the pistons, but the tubes, and the gear itself. That's why it's not attached here. That's the other thing. If I would attach 7, 8, 9, and 10, I'd have probably been a pain to get those out of there. So thank God I didn't mount all my formers before I started figuring that out. But my strut should be here next week, so I'll be able to see where I'm going to mount F7, my strut onto F7. The other thing I'm going to have to do is where the nose cone comes out, I'm going to have to hollow the nose cone out, and I'm going to have to put my servo to operate the nose gear up into the nose cone. But it's a pretty big nose cone. You can see the front of it here, how wide it is. It's pretty big. There's plenty of room to hollow it out and then put a servo up in there and operate so I could steer the plane through there. There just isn't enough room in there for everything. But that's where I'm at right now. I'd made a little cradle for my air tank. I haven't got it glued in there, but that's where I'm thinking about putting it, is up inside there. I'll cover that with some light 1/16 inch ply so you don't see it, and then run all my air tubes down and out of the bottom and back up into the plane where it goes. Another thing I did was, if you look across on that side, that's not finished, that side. This side is pretty much finished with the windows. If you look through there, you see all those ribs, and it looks pretty nasty. Especially when you cut out the ribs that you don't need for the windows. You're going to cut out 2 ribs in the front, or 3 ribs in the front, 2 or 3. 2 here, 2 here, and then 1 here. And the bottoms of them look just like that one. See how it's sticking up right there? So what I did was I took some real small laminate, like 1/32, and I glued it to the inside, and then glued basically a top on it. So when I put my clear windows in here, and you look across, you'll be able to see, hopefully you can see that, be able to see something a little bit nicer than looking at just bare ribs going across. I don't know yet if I'm going to do anything to the ceiling back there or the sides. I just wanted to touch that up a little bit right there. It kind of looks a little cleaner, and once I prime it and paint it, I'm going to do the same to the other side, of course. You can see the difference, but just gives you something else to, it just looks a little unfinished with all those exposed ribs right there. But that's where I'm at. I did run one push rod. I've mounted my 2 blocks for I epoxied them in the front. I left this open, not on yet. I didn't glue it. That way I can get my horizontal stabilizer in there a lot easier. I just take it off, screw it up into place, and I'll close that all up once I get my horizontal stabilizer lined up and ready to go. That's the push rod for the stabilizer back there. I had it on the other day and was looking at it. I had it clamped on. I didn't have it bolted on, just looking at it. But I'm going to put my servos, I guess, right about here. That's probably the widest point. Put 2 servos here. Like I said, I think the center of gravity is like right about here, someplace in the CG, like in this ballpark. So put a little weight. Remember, I got bigger engines, so I'm probably going to need a little weight in the back, and trying to balance it all out as I go. I've got a ton of stuff to put in there. Got the synchronizer I got to put in there. I got my lights. I worked on the lights yesterday. I've got 3 landing lights, a green and a red LED for the navigational lights. I've got a strobe light. I've got it all wired, and it's laying in a bag over here. I should have dragged it out, but I didn't do that. Plus, I just ordered a door sequencer online, so my doors will open, and then my gear will come down, and then my doors will close, and then, vice versa. I bought that online. It was like $26. I said, "That got it." Instead of just having the doors, how am I going to get the doors down? So the sequencer on eBay was $26 free shipping, so I bought it. And I'm going to be working on that. But my struts should be here in a couple more days. Well, probably about a week. They're coming from the same place that I bought my retracts. But today I'm going to hopefully finish the windows on this side. Putting my little trim or decorative piece inside to cover up these nasty looking, just looks, unfinished inside of there. And then I'm going to prime it, paint it white, probably finish covering this, and I'm pretty sure that's probably where I'm going to put the wheel well, or the air tank. But that's where I'm at. Still working on it. I just wanted to give you guys a head up about the wheel well. Maybe cut deeper, cut almost all the way through it, so you can just pop those right out. Probably those laser kits will have that already done for you, but that was quite a chore to get a little razor blade or razor knife way back up in here. You just don't have the room to work around inside of it. But that's where I'm at right now. So today I'm going to finish the other windows, put my little decorative piece on here so it looks a little more finished, cover that up, and go from there. I might start doing a little planking on it too. I want to try to get it a little more stable before I go any farther, and then go back to the wing, I guess. All right, guys. Well, if you have any questions, whatever, I appreciate you guys subscribing and commenting and stuff. It's a lot of fun to hear how your guys' builds are going and this and that. Got a couple new guys too, just going to start building it. But that's where we're at. We're still struggling away. You go back to my first video when I said I was going to have this done in 90 days. I must have been out of my mind. But nevertheless, maybe it'll be 95 days. It's going to be a lot more than that. All right. Well, thanks a lot for watching, and stay tuned. I'll have some more videos for you. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you.